Welcome back to Love, Sex, and Money. Hope all is well. Christine Regan Lake here. Good to have you back and good to be here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that. I'm really trying to grow the channel, get my message out to those who want and need this to hear these messages regarding love, sex, and money. And don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when I upload new content, as I'm doing all the time. So what are we going to talk about today? So today I wanted to talk to you about the when you become desensitized to being disappointed. So, desensitized to disappointment when it comes to intimate relationships. So, how does that happen? How does someone become desensitized to disappointment? So, as I've witnessed, as I've dealt with some of my clients, friends, and even in my own life, how that happens is that you become desensitized to something when something has happened over and over and over again. So if over and over and over again you have become disappointed in your intimate connections at a certain level, now you expect it. The challenge with that is that if you expect to be disappointed, vibrationally you're going to attract people who keep repeating that vibration, right? So you attract what you believe, you attract what you are. And so if you're putting out into the universe that you have an expectation to be disappointed in your intimate relationships, that's exactly what's going to manifest. The other thing is that the challenge with being desensitized to disappointment is that if you're kind of desensitized, what that means is that more than likely you've kind of put up a armor around your heart and around your being, and that armor keeps you from being vulnerable, from having the ability to be vulnerable, and allowing someone in to get close to you, to get to know you. And so, and the defense mechanism and the logic is, well, if I keep my armor on, that if this person disappoints me the way I think they're going to do, well, if I never truly let them all the way in, then it's not going to hurt as much. So if I keep my armor on and I keep this person emotionally at a distance, then I'm safer for when it implodes and it ends, and it's not going to hurt as much. Well, the problem is, though, you can't actually ever have a real, beautiful, loving, authentic connection if you don't open up and be vulnerable. So the fact that you're keeping this armor on so that you can be desensitized to this coming disappointment you assume is coming, you're in this you're in this loop. It's like a failure loop of never being able to get what you want because you've set yourself up to never be able to get what you want, even though you think it's helping you, to have this armor on, to keep yourself at an emotional distance, so that you don't get hurt. But you can't build anything there. You can't build something solid from a surface level connection. You can't build anything solid with a suit of armor on where you refuse to be open and vulnerable and authentic and real. So while on the one hand you think it's going to help you, ultimately you're just going to keep you're going to keep re-attracting the very thing that you believe. So what you have to do is, unfortunately, for your defense mechanism, unfortunately for your ego, what you actually have to learn to do is you have to learn to take off that suit of armor, and you have to change your expectation. You have to raise your vibration of expectation to expect success, expect to be pleasantly surprised by someone who is there for you. to change your belief and your expectation that you expect to be treated with respect and dignity. You expect to have consistency in communication and connection. You expect to succeed. You expect to have a relationship that is the caliber and standard that you want for yourself. Because if you don't change the expectation, you are never going to be able to attract it. All you're going to keep doing is attracting the people who are going to disappoint you in love. And I know that can be daunting if you've been hurt and you've had a number of experiences in your past that were very traumatizing or were very upsetting and things like that. But you have to do something different, right? So if you continue to do the same exact thing that you've been doing in the past that didn't work, nothing's going to change, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. So you have to, even if it's scary, you have to figure out how to take off that suit of armor. Even if it's scary, you have to learn to lower your walls and open your heart. Even if it's scary, you have to start communicating from a place of authenticity. And even if it's out of your comfort zone, you have to start raising your standards and training people to treat you the way you want to be treated. So the other thing is, so you raise your expectation, you raise your standards, and you trust but verify, right? So you're in a new connection with someone, you have the standards by which you want to be treated, and if that person isn't living up to your standards right away and there's flags, you can bow out at that point and say, you know what, yeah, this doesn't feel right, whatever. But to stay in connections, keep going along, remaining in connections that are proving to you that they're not up to your standards, but you're remaining in them only at some future point to be really let down and have something kind of bigger happen, that now all of a sudden you say, oh, okay, whatever. Now you're more disappointed, you're more upset, things like that. So it's really I kind of look at it as like almost like walking on a high wire, right? Between positivity, you want to be positive, and so there's positive and negative on the two sides. And it's really walking that, the high wire of, you don't, you don't, you don't go into the positivity of delusion where you're deluding yourself. You have to be honest and real and not believe in fairy tales and tell yourself lies, and to disregard red flags that you see. But you also don't want to be finding flaws where they're not there, assuming bad intentions when they're not there, really. So it's really about that. I kind of look at that high wire as that place of neutrality where you're just observing. You trust but verify, and you just observe someone's behavior. And if there's flags in the beginning, you can call it out and just get out before, you waste any time. You don't want to lose, a year and a half. You don't want to lose 6 months or a year and a half of your life deluding yourself that, something is more than it is, only to be later disappointed. You really have to come from a place of neutrality to just observe, but observe with authentic eyes, right? With real eyes. If you think about that word, real eyes. You want to look at reality for what it is with real eyes and see, not to read negative things into stuff that's not there, not to place bad intentions where there aren't bad intentions, but also not to ignore red flags when they're there. So, like I said, in terms of the being desensitized to being disappointed, I know heartbreak hurts. I know it can be hard, and, having to bounce back after another disappointment, but, really work on your inner thermostat. What is your inner set point, your inner thermostat for the love that you deserve in your life? If your inner thermostat is set too low, if you have an inner thermostat with regard to your love thermostat, that your expectation is to be disappointed in love, to be betrayed in love, to be lied to in love, to be taken for granted, or to be, whatever, just strung along. If that is your inner thermostat, if that is the inner thermostat that you have of your expectation, you are never going to attract anything but that. That's why you have to do the inner work. You have to do the healing work to heal your heart, to raise your vibration of your love thermostat, to know that I am worthy of authentic love. I am worthy of a love that is respectful. I am worthy of a love that it is the vibration of dignity and respect and compassion and caring, and to not settle for anything less. And of course, this all starts with self-love, right? Because self-love is the, kind of the heart of it all. We have to love ourselves enough to say, I'm worthy of the best that love and life has to offer, and that I'm going to hold out for that. I'm not going to settle for people or situations that are beneath my standards, that are beneath my respect and my dignity, and I'm not going to allow myself to be used or disrespected or anything like that. And that comes from a place of self-love. And the more that we cultivate self-love and compassion for ourselves, and to be firm in our boundaries and in our standards, that's how we're going to manifest the relationships that we want. So I hope you found value in that. I just wanted to share that thought with you. That was what was on my heart and mind today, and I hope you found value in that. Have a beautiful day. If you haven't seen the link in my description box, I have a link for Operation Underground Railroad. I am an abolitionist, and I am committed to raising $1 million to rescue children from human trafficking. I've already contributed over $16,000 myself, and I will continue to donate to them as my channel grows, so that we can rescue these children. These children desperately need our love and leadership. And so if you feel so compelled, I would love for you to donate to that fundraising link. Every penny goes directly to them. Thanks so much. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.